Hey, SpaceX fans, welcome back to Elon Empire. We're thrilled to have you with us for another exciting update. SpaceX's relentless pursuit of space exploration brings us new developments every day, and today is no exception. Today, we've packed an update for you, so let's dive right in. From static fire tests to launch preparations, there's a lot happening at SpaceX, and we're here to break it all down for you. It seems like there was a setback with the S30 static fire test scheduled for yesterday. Despite meticulous planning and rigorous preparations, the highly anticipated test did not go as expected. Static fire tests are critical in the pre-launch process as they validate the readiness of the rocket engines under controlled conditions. Three tests involving firing the rocket's engines while the vehicle remains secured to the ground, ensuring that all systems perform correctly before the actual launch. Unfortunately for the 530, this essential step encountered unexpected challenges. Preparations for Flight 5 are still ongoing, with the static fire test being a crucial step. Flight 5 is a significant milestone for SpaceX, and every preparatory step, including the static fire test, plays a vital role in ensuring its success. The delay in the static fire test indicates that additional checks and adjustments are needed, underscoring SpaceX's commitment to safety and precision. SpaceX received a 12-hour road closure schedule for May 7 with backup dates on May 8th and 9th, indicating their intent to complete the test promptly. Road closures around the Boca Chica launch site are a routine part of SpaceX's testing and launch preparations. These closures are necessary to ensure public safety during potentially hazardous activities like static fire tests. The initial 12-hour closure on May 7th was planned to allow ample time for the test and necessary follow-up actions. The inclusion of backup dates on May 8th and 9th highlights SpaceX's preparedness to quickly address any issues and proceed with testing as soon as possible. This proactive scheduling reflects their intent to maintain momentum and stay on track with their ambitious launch timeline. Despite the setback, SpaceX's adaptability and determination remain evident. The road closures and backup dates demonstrate their commitment to promptly resolving issues and moving forward with the mission. This approach not only ensures the safety and operational abilities, but also maintains the integrity of their rigorous testing protocols. And despite vigorous preparations, the test didn't proceed as planned. The initial attempt at the S30 static fire test encountered unexpected problems. At approximately 11:23 a.m., SpaceX commenced the fuel loading process, a critical pre-test procedure where propellant is pumped into the rocket. Observers noted that the appearance of frost lines on the vehicle indicated that the liquid oxygen was being loaded successfully. These frost lines are visual cues that the cryogenic fuel is flowing into the tanks as expected. However, shortly after, the frost lines disappeared entirely, signaling an issue with the fueling process. The disappearance suggested that the LOX was no longer being properly loaded or was venting out, leading to the cessation of the test. A second attempt around 3 p.m. showed better progress with full fuel loading observed. Later in the day, SpaceX initiated a second attempt to complete the static fire test. This time, the fuel loading process seemed to proceed more smoothly. Frost lines appeared again and remained stable, indicating that the rocket was successfully being fueled. Approximately 15 minutes and 45 seconds into the process, signs of full fuel loading were observed, suggesting that the issue from the first attempt had been addressed. However, despite signs of progress, the static fire did not occur as anticipated. An hour after the start of the second attempt, extensive venting was observed from multiple positions of the ship. This indicated that the ship was being detanked and the test had been scrubbed once again. Potential issues could include problems with the fuel loading processor or the ignition system. The challenges faced during the static fire tests could stem from several factors. One possible issue is with the fuel loading process itself, which may have been disrupted by a malfunction in the fuel delivery system, such as a leak or blockage in the fuel lines. This would explain the erratic behavior of the frost lines during the first attempt. Alternatively, the scrubbing might have been for a cryogenic test in preparation for a static fire test the following day. It's also plausible that setbacks were part of a planned sequence of cryogenic tests designed to validate the integrity of the fuel tanks and the overall fuel system. These tests are critical to ensuring that the rocket can handle the extreme temps and pressures it will face during actual launches. The significant venting observed could have been a part of the purging process to clear the tanks of any residual cryogenic materials, preparing the system for another attempt. We expect SpaceX to reschedule the test for the backup date of May 8th. Given the unresolved issues from the May 7th attempts, it's likely that SpaceX will aim to conduct the static fire test on one of the designated backup dates. This will provide additional times to troubleshoot and resolve underlying problems, ensuring that the next attempt proceeds without similar complications. The launch system has been active, with the OLM and launch tower undergoing robust venting processes. Preparations for future launches are also in full swing at the launch site. The orbital launch mount and the launch tower have been engaging in extensive venting procedures. The venting is crucial for maintaining the system's readiness and ensuring that all components are free from contaminants or residual propellant from various operations. These processes help maintain the launch infrastructure's integrity and the readiness for upcoming tests and launches. Flight hardware for S29 and B11 is anticipated for Flight 4 later this month. In addition to the static test for S30, SpaceX is also gearing up for Flight 4. The hardware for this mission, including Starship prototype S29 and booster B11, is currently being prepared. As almost a third of the month has already passed, SpaceX will need to accelerate its preparations to stay on schedule. This includes conducting the wet dress rehearsal tests, finalizing the stacking of the Starship and Super Heavy booster, and ensuring all systems are go for launch. The upcoming Flight 4 is a significant milestone for SpaceX as it continues to refine its Starship launch system, bringing the vision of the interplanetary travel closer to reality. At the production site, S26 has garnered attention. Recently, SpaceX's S26 prototype has been a focal point of activity and speculation. Initially moved to Mega Bay 2, it was later lifted onto a stand, suggesting it will undergo static fire testing into the new flame trench system. This movement is significant because it indicates a shift in SpaceX's testing strategy. The Mega Bay 2 facility is equipped to handle advanced testing procedures, including the newly developed flame trench system designed to improve the safety and efficiency of static fire tests. By relocating S26 to this site and positioning it on a specialized stand, SpaceX appears to be preparing for rigorous testing phases that could be crucial for validating the vehicle's readiness for future missions. Given the prolonged inactivity, S20 is less likely to be used, making S26 a more suitable choice for testing the new system. S26's new role is particularly noteworthy considering the alternative options. S20's another prototype has been active for an extended period, which raises concerns about its current operational status and sustainability and suitability for cutting-edge tests. S26, on the other hand, is in prime condition and better suited for undergoing extensive testing required to validate the new flame trench system. This system consolidates the testing process into a single area, reducing the need to move vehicles to different sites and thereby streamlining operations. The decision to use S26 reflects SpaceX's strategy of utilizing the most reliable and up-to-date hardware available for critical test phases. A new section, likely part of the new Starship version, arrived at Mega Bay 2. Excitement is building for the production site with the arrival of a new section that's believed to be part of the next iteration of Starships. This new section, comprising 3 welded rings, signifies progress in SpaceX's Starship development program. The construction and integration of new sections are critical for advancing the design and functionality of the Starship, bringing SpaceX closer to achieving its goals of deep space exploration and human settlement on other planets. This aligns with Musk's goal of producing 6 prototypes this year. Elon Musk has set an ambitious target for SpaceX to produce 6 Starship prototypes within the year. The arrival of this new section at Mega Bay 2 is a clear step forward in meeting their goal. Each new prototype incorporates improvements and innovations based on the data and experiences from previous iterations, exemplifying SpaceX's iterative approach to development. This continuous improvements process is essential for overcoming the complex challenges of space travel and ensuring that the Starship is capable of carrying out long-duration missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. By staying on track with these production goals, SpaceX demonstrates the commitment to rapid progress and its version of making humanity a multiplanetary species.